So now let me talk about something that is very dear to my heart. When it's time for admission, I hear all manner of things, and you will come to Legon, and there's a whole lot of frustration on the faces of parents, and people tend to listen to people in the corridors who say mutual connection. Oh, yeah, Legon, the mutual connection, minimum memo protocol, and stuff like that. Please note that in Legon, what we actually call protocol in Legon does not actually exist. In Legon, even those of us who teach here, your child must have applied for concession to be able to get 2 points more to enter Legon. So if my son was going to go into medicine, and the medicine was starting off at grade 7, my son can only enter if he has aggregate 9. In other words, 2 more than the grade that every other person will enter. And that has to be my son or my daughter. Otherwise, forget it. So when you are competing, you compete fairly. And so don't let anybody deceive you. People come around and take money from last year. There were several people who got duped by fraudsters who come around and pretend. One of the things these fraudsters do is that they know that in Legon you can get admission genuinely. So they take your money, they take your results, and what they do is that Legon will typically post the admission list on the website. So they are watching and timing, and as soon as the list comes out, they will go there and check. And if your name is there, they will call you and say, look, they go and check, I've got admission for you in this program or that program. They haven't done anything to help you. Please note that if you gave your money to anybody for connection in Legon, where you scare free, please don't do it. As I say, once you meet the aggregate and once you have selected the right courses, you are fine to go. You don't need to know anybody, and you can get admission without talking to anybody. Now, if you have challenges and you do not know who to talk to, our admissions team is always available. There are social media handles that are used by the university during admissions, and these social media handles, you can seek help or you can get advice from the admissions team, and you can be directed on what programs you should choose based on the results that you have. Those are very important things that I think you should take note of. As I say, choices can be the difference between who gets admission and who doesn't get admission. So 2 people can have who study science and who have, for example, aggregate 9, one will get admission, the other one won't get. For example, aggregate 9, if you chose medicine, you will not get admission because medicine doesn't take up to aggregate 9. So if you chose medicine with aggregate 9, you will not be invited for exam, let alone for the interview. Now, if somebody also got aggregate 9 and decided that they were not going to choose medicine, but they chose any allied courses, for example, if they chose other courses where aggregate 9 can give them admission, they will be invited and they can get admission, and you will not get admission. And you will say, oh, my grade was even better than so and so, or Kofi got admission and I didn't get admission. It all bordered on the choices you made and the advice that you got to choose programs that fit the aggregate that you have. If the aggregate is something that you do not have, please don't choose programs that you cannot get. Note that the fact that you are bent on doing medicine, or the fact that you are bent on doing nursing or doing computer science, doesn't mean that Legon will give you computer science. Why? Because Legon will take a certain number. Legon can't take everybody. We'll take a certain number. And that certain number means that when we have taken up to the aggregates that and the class is full, it's full. So the mere fact that you are bent on doing a particular program doesn't mean you should go choose that program, even if you do not have the aggregate to be able to enter that program. And if you do that, you just waste your time. So please take note and note that your aggregate will grant you access into a particular program come next admissions and all other admissions. Talk to someone if you have any challenge, and I am sure that you will get the needed help so you can choose the right program, so you can pursue your desired program, so you can become who it is you want to be. Who knows, one day you could just become the medical doctor who will treat me when my old and my knees are knocking, or you become the lawyer who would go and fight for me if somebody wants to cheat me, or you could just become the bank manager who will take care of my pension funds. Thank you very much, and I'm happy to be educating you. Thank you.